Caitlin, and basically today we will be talking about brand and generic lists. So basically, one of the ones I picked was Adderall. The brand name is Adderall, and the generic name is amphetamine. Basically, the therapeutic class or the drug class is central nervous system stimulant. It is used to treat ADHD and narcolepsy, and how Adderall works, it increases neurotransmitters including dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, which increase attention, focus, and motivation. It also is, side effects include decreased appetite, insomnia, headaches, stomach problems, anxiety, increased heart rate, and blood pressure. Counseling points that have been recommended is Adderall causes side effects like decreased appetite, insomnia, headache, stomach problems, anxiety, and increased heart rate BP. So they want you to look out for that. Fun facts about it, Adderall was first synthesized in 1880s. It became very popular to give soldiers amphetamine to boost morale and fight fatigue during World War II. The next one I have is Lotensin. The brand name is Lotensin, and the generic name is Benzapril. The drug class is an angiotensin-converting enzyme, or ACE inhibitor. Basically, it is usually used primarily to treat hypertension or high blood pressure. It works. Lotensin inhibits the enzyme ACE inhibitor, which relaxes and widens blood vessels, lowering blood pressure and making it easy to pump blood. However, the side effects include cough, headache, and dizziness. Counseling points or things that have been recommended or warned against is that you should contact a doctor immediately for swelling of face, lips, or tongue, which can be a sign of angioedema, and avoid using during pregnancy because it can in fact harm the fetus. The next one that I used was Buspar or Buspron. The brand name is Buspar, generic name Buspirone. The drug class is an anxiolytic or an anti-anxiety medicine. Basically, it is used to treat GAD or generalized anxiety disorder. How it works, Buspar affects serotonin receptors in the brain, which then help regulate mood, anxiety, and happiness, which helps balance serotonin levels. Side effects include dizziness, nausea, headache, nervousness, and drowsiness. Counseling points or things that have been recommended or warned against is that you should take it 2 to 4 weeks to become fully effective. It is not a controlled substance and does not cause dependence like benzodiazepines. Fun fact about Buspar is that it was developed in the 1960s as an antipsychotic medication. However, it was found to not be effective or was ineffective for psychosis patients, so it was marked off the list. My next one is Keflex. The brand name is Keflex, and the generic name is Keflexin. Drug class is cephalosporin antibiotic. It is usually or primarily used to treat bacterial infections, including skin infections, urinary tract infections, UTIs, and respiratory tract infections. How Keflex works is basically it stops bacteria from building a cell wall that needs to survive, which helps ward off these bacterial infections like skin, urinary tracts, respiratory tracts, etc. Side effects include diarrhea, nausea, and stomach pain. Things that are warned against it include take the full course of medication, even if your symptoms improve, because if you don't, it may cut off the improvement that you could have had. It also says do not use this medication to treat viral infections like the flu or common cold. A fun fact about Keflex was that it was one of the first drugs developed in its class. My last and final drug is Vasotec. The brand name is Vasotec, and the generic name is Enalapril. The drug class is an angiotensin-converting enzyme, or again, an ACE inhibitor. Basically what it does, it's primarily used to treat high blood pressure and congestive heart disease. It works. Vasotex is an ACE inhibitor which relaxes blood vessels to lower blood pressure and reduce their heart workload, which is how it affects the body. However, side effects include dry mouth, persistent coughing, dizziness, and fatigue. Doctors and pharmacists recommend that you should not use it while you're pregnant as it could harm the fetus. You should also avoid potassium supplements or salt substitutes unless instructed by a doctor. Fun fact about Vasotec is it's a prodrug, meaning the drug you swallow, enalapril, isn't actually active. Sorry. The drug you swallow, enalapril, isn't actually the active ingredient, but after it's absorbed, your body metabolizes it and breaks it down and into its active form, which causes it to start working and basically lowers high blood pressure and congestive heart failure. And yeah, those are the 5 that I picked for my brand and generic. And yes, thank you for listening, and good night.